So this week when I went to the comic book store, I didn't buy any new comics because none of the new comics that were out were ones that I would read, and there wasn't a lot that was intriguing me. I looked at all the new stuff, but I was just like, eh. Like, I kind of was looking at Black Cat, because right now Black Cat and the Punisher have a thing going on, but then I was like, I should have jumped on this like 2-3 issues ago when it started. And I don't know. Who knows if I would like that or not. Maybe it's something that I would read in a trade paperback or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, but before we get to... I did buy something. I bought several things, in fact. But before we get to that, let's take a look at last week's comics. I liked this Punisher versus the Amazing Spider-Man. It does take place kind of around... like the way they're doing this is like issue by issue of Punisher's appearances, which I appreciate, especially if you watched my video about getting Punisher's second appearance. The only thing about this is I don't know if, let me see if I can find it. I don't know what time period this is supposed to be. Because if I'm not mistaken, there was something in here where somebody, and I might be mistaken, where somebody had a cell phone. And so I was like, wait, is this modern day, or spoiler alert for the last page. I love me a good Rhino appearance. And maybe Rhino's in the... No, I don't think so, because I think the third appearance of him is the Green Goblin. Maybe there's not a cell phone in here, and I just am imagining it with something else. I was just trying to figure out what time period this was supposed to be. I enjoyed this issue. It was okay. It was good. I'm going to keep reading it. It's a fun little team-up, and... yeah, I'm gonna keep checking it out. Then we have Spider-Man Brand New Day, and I really, really loved this book. The first 3 issues. This one I was just a little like, okay. There's a cell phone in this one. Maybe that's what I'm realizing. Is I was mixing up the 2 books. But it's fun to have Punisher as he's negative Punisher, and I like how his costume is negative of what his regular costume would be. That's fun. Again, I'm liking kind of both of these in that it's not super gory Punisher stuff, but there is a little bit, especially in this one, of well, I'm not gonna kill just because I told you I wouldn't kill. And I just don't want... I don't mind if Punisher kills. I just don't want it to be gory kills. And then we have this. And I liked the last issue. And then we have this issue. And here's the thing. Here's what I will say. I'm reading these at night in bed when I'm falling asleep. So I'm going to say that this could be 100%... I am falling asleep and I'm just missing things, and it it takes me sometimes, usually, I mean, this one, I think all these I read in one night, but it takes me a little bit to think about, it takes me a little bit to get through them sometimes. This one, the art was making me mad, even though I believe it's the same artist who's been doing it. And like I think this is really great. It's like, oh, he's got a goatee. This is, that's fine. I'm fine with Matt Murdock having a goatee. That's fantastic. He's got a goatee. But then here, it's like less of a goatee or less of a beard. Or he's got a beard here. This looks like a big, dark beard. He's let it grow for several days. Here it's like, oh, it's very thin and wispy. And here it's very thin and wispy. And it's like, no, but here it's a dark beard. So, and then it gets super light. that first picture should have been light. If it was going to be like in here, it's even more sparse. Okay, so there's that, and then I don't want to give. Well, I'm gonna have to give away some of this. So spoilers. If you haven't read this book, skip ahead a few minutes, and you will be, or just click to where the new comics are, because this is the last comic. But I'm gonna talk about this. Okay, we have this little corner box here, which I love, and it's got Daredevil, it's got Omen, and it's got Owl. All right, reading through this, Daredevil's in it, Omen's in it, Owl nowhere to be seen, even though he's on the corner box. And then, look at this. He's meeting with Foggy, takes off his helmet, no beard. He's got no beard there. That's what I was saying, that the art on this. And then, this is the ending that I didn't want to say, spoiler alert again, is Omen is now dead because this cop shoots Omen. And he shoots him before he can kind of say to Daredevil what this Omen is that he has, whatever. And he's now dead. So then it goes, here's a little epilogue. Omen is in the ambulance. And nasty looking mother blank, and then all of a sudden the ambulance stops, and then this was just so weird. Like, I had to read this one page several times, and maybe I'm just an idiot, and I will totally say I'm an idiot. Whoa! So the ambulance stops all of a sudden, and did we hit something? Or okay, so who's Anne? Is this Anne? Or is Anne the ambulance driver? I don't know. It's not clear. I think Anne is supposed to be the ambulance driver, because then he goes, "You're not Anne. What is Hap?" And then he goes, "Sorry, but Harlan Vale has plans for that nasty looking body." So he's referencing that, I get. And then we have Bam Bam. So obviously, the guy who was driving kills these two, and he's going to steal the body for Harlan Vale. And I read this, and I go, who's Harlan Vale? Who is Harlan? I don't know who Harlan Vale is. Now, we are only 5 issues in, so there's been 4 previous issues. And I'm like, well, who or what is Harlan Vale? I had to look up who Harlan Vale was. And Harlan Vale apparently is in issue 1 or 2, and he's the head of the university that Matt Murdock is now teaching at. Okay. But, like, how was I supposed to remember who the head of the university is? This page is just not very clear. And it's not clear who Anne is. It's not clear who Harlan Vale is. And then I had issues with the art earlier, and Daredevil's beard was driving me crazy. I don't know. I didn't... listen, it's Daredevil. I'm going to keep getting it. But I was not getting it. Anyway, that's what I picked up last week. Those are my thoughts on last week. Book of the week. I'm going to say this Punisher versus Amazing Spider-Man. That's what I will say is book of the week. Now, there were no new comics. So did you go crazy with the back comics? Kind of. You know me, I've talked about it before. House of Secrets. They got the dollar boxes, and they had dollar boxes with a bunch of stuff. And when you got a dollar box with a bunch of stuff, I'm going to buy a bunch of stuff. I'm going to buy 23 things. $23. So they had a nice little run of X Factor. So I picked that up to fill in my Jamie Madrox. Although I think Jamie Madrox at this point, well, maybe not. I know he dies at some point. Anyway. X Factor number 94. X Factor number 5. These were all bagged and board, but the bags and boards were not. So I unbagged and boarded them all. And now I'm going to rebag and board them. 95, there's Jimmy Madrox. 96. 101 jumps to, but I have 97. Jumps to 101. 102. This has this big crazy, this has Marvel Master Prince card in there that makes it all weird. So that's good that those are still intact. 102, 104, 105, 110, 111, and then we get the weird, like this doesn't even have the number on the front, and I had to look it up. I was like, is this even still volume 1? Yep, this is volume 1. It's number 112. So, so anyway, nice little run of X Factor there. And then this nice little run of volume 2. I believe this is volume 2 of Daredevil. Yep. So got number 4, number 5. I always love this. I always love this cover. Number 6, number 7, number 8, and then I think I put it over there. I got number 10, and as I took it out of the bag, it was stuck to the board, and then I realized there was some, I'm hoping, water damage. So that one is just going on to the recycling pile. It was $1, so what are you gonna do? 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So for $1, $1 each, not bad. Not bad to fill in some collections. I know I said I was only going to do Daredevils under 200, but then I saw the dollar. I saw the dollar stuff. So anyway, there you go. Yeah, this issue is, it's got like a kind of a bend in the front cover, but that's fine. I mean, it was $1. It was $1. So what are you gonna do? There you go, friends. Short and sweet this week. No new books. Hopefully there'll be some new books tomorrow. What are we all thinking about the what are we all thinking about the midnight thing that's coming up? I like Fantastic Four so much, I was like, should I get the Fantastic Four midnight thing? There's got to be an ad for this midnight thing in here. Isn't there? Yeah, maybe there's not. You know what I'm talking about? This midnight thing coming up, it's like midnight. I do like they did these sideways ads for this Doom book. Not necessarily going to get it. I thought there was an ad in here. You know what I'm talking about, this midnight. It's the new horror series. I don't know if this has an ad for it. I thought one of these had an ad for it. But maybe I am misremembering. I like this art. Anyway, I was thinking of getting the Fantastic Four midnight thing, but it's weird. It's like I can put it on my list, and then because I think it comes out in October. I did put on my list this New Avengers because the New Avengers has Daredevil. This one. I like this cover's great. Oh wait, and then that's the Punisher one. The next Punisher it's in Daredevil. So I'm going to have to buy... Or not Daredevil, Deadpool. So I'm going to have to buy Deadpool. Anyway, there you go. All right, friends. Big shout out to the Golden Circle channel members. Let me know what you think. And there you go. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.